This is Engage New York. This is Module 2, Lesson 21, Problem Set Debrief. So let's go through the debrief really quick. So you're going to divide and check. Divide and check. So you have to multiply the quotient and the divisor and then add the remainder. Divide, check, divide, check, divide, check. All right, check your work. See if you have any mistakes. And really and truly, you should not have any mistakes because by checking, you're guaranteeing that your division is correct. All right, now, problem set debrief here. All right, generate and solve at least one more division problem with the same quotient and remainder as the one below. Explain your thought process. Okay, so if I'm starting out with 58 and that's my divisor and I have a dividend of 475 and I have a quotient of 8 remainder 11, how on earth am I going to recreate this? Well, I'll tell you how. So in order to have 11 as a remainder, it means that the divisor has to be more than 11. So you can't have 11 and have this be 8. Remember, this number always has to be smaller than this number, right? So this number, remember, the remainder always has to be smaller than that divisor. So I picked 12. What the heck? It's one more than this. So 12 times 8 is equal to 96. 96 add 11 is 107. So if I put this number in to try to make sure it works, yes, I end up with 8 remainder 11. So one more time, I know that my remainder is 11. It means that the divisor has to be more than 11. So I picked 12. I'm not making it difficult. I'm just picking 12. One more. So 12 times 8 equals 96, and 96 plus 11 is 107. All right. Assume that Mrs. Yang's car travels 14 miles on each gallon of gas. So 14 gallons per mile. 14 miles on 1 gallon. So she travels to visit her niece who lives 333 miles away. How many gallons of gas will Mrs. Yang need to make the round trip? So 133 miles out and 133 miles back. So we need to add 133 plus 133 is 266. Now we're going to take 266 and divide it by 14 miles, and we get 19. All right. So another way, here we go, right here is 14, divide into 266. If you do the division, you end up with 19. Mrs. Ging needs 19 gallons of gas to make the round trip. All right. Lois brings 79 pencils to school. After he gives each of his 15 classmates, so 15, right, an equal number of pencils, so he's dividing it up. He will give any leftover pencils to his teacher. So 15 divided by 79 is 5, and he has a remainder of 4. So Lois's teacher will receive 4 pencils. Now, if Lois decides instead to take an equal share of the pencils, well, now you've upped it to 16. Along with his classmates, will his teacher receive more pencils or fewer pencils? Show your thinking. So if we up it to 16, we're dividing it now into 16 groups. Each student will get 4 pencils, and there will be 15 left over. So 15 minus 4 equals 11. If Lois takes an equal share, his teacher will get 11 more pencils because he had to divide it up into another set of groups, which is going to change your remainder. All right. Changed how many groups and the remainder. Now on your homework, remember estimate, divide, check, estimate, divide, check, estimate, divide, check, estimate, divide, check. And one more for good measure. It takes one exactly 35 minutes by car to get to his grandmother's. The nearest parking area is 4-minute walk from her apartment. One week, he realized that he spent 5 hours and 12 minutes traveling to her apartment and then back home. How many round trips did he make to visit his grandmother? So, kind of going back to this problem over here, but so you have to start thinking backwards. If you know how many hours and minutes that it's going to take, now you're moving backward. So, how many 84s are in 672? Well, that's a simple straight up divide problem, right? All right, you will do great. Do your best.